All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Real quick, all right, we're just gonna get into this, okay, concerning betrayal, all right, and then martyrs, all right, and regret, okay, and you're gonna have regret on both sides, okay. You're gonna have regret, all right, not only with those that come against us, okay, but with those who are so-called among us, all right. So let me get this precept real quick. Let me see. Now, what I mean by those who are so-called among us is that, keep in mind that you have men, all right, who were in this ministry, all right, who thought it was okay to be lackadaisical, to be lukewarm, but they don't understand that the second you join this, the second you got affiliated with this, you were put on that list. You had a target on your back. All right. Now, if you're in limbo, all right, where you're not going hard, but you're not in the so-called in the world, who do you think is going to defend you? Because Esau's coming after you. He's the enemy. But you not doing your best in this truth has made you an enemy of the Most High. So guess what? When you need him most, he's going to spew you out of his mouth. And you're going to have regret. Okay? You're going to regret not doing as much as you could have done. Okay? Then you're also going to have those that scoff. Okay? Let me hold that precept on deck. All right? And they're going to have a whole lot of regret real soon, man. Okay? Don't think that just for a second, oh, well, I was speaking against them and all that. A lot of people that scoff were originally, all right, doing this work, and they ended up leaving. Okay? But some way, somehow, you're still affiliated, all right, with this truth. And a lot of you are gonna sell out, okay, if you haven't already. Try to give them information, but we're not worried about that because they already got our information. They tap your IP address, all right. They tap your phones, your emails. They know wherever you are, what you're doing. So if they come to you and you quote unquote sell out, that's not gonna harm us. That's not gonna do anything to us. We know that we're in that time where people are gonna be betrayed. All right. All right. So we understand what's to come. However, keep in mind that where it hits home for some people is, hey, it might be your loved ones, all right, your woman, your mother, your children, okay, because it's not just Esau in the physical, but you're gonna have them demons, all right, in the spiritual, all right, which will, if the Most High, if it's the Most High's will, guess what, man, they'll jump on your family members to turn on you, because it's part of prophecy. All right, now I believe this is I think it's Luke 21. All right, so this is Luke 21. I'll start at verse 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? And he said, Take heed that ye be not deceived. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and the time draweth nigh or near, go ye not therefore after them. And that's also going to affect a lot of people, because the only people who will be delivered are the true men of the Lord. All right. And those that believe and support us. And guess what? There's a whole lot of quote unquote different sects. All right. Different groups, different denominations, for lack of a better word, within the whole Israelite so-called community. All right. And Esau isn't, I'm gonna go with this group specifically. No, he's coming after us as a whole. You see? And he's gonna get a lot of people. But the elect are the ones that are gonna be protected. So if you're in a group teaching some false thing and you're out here bugging out and doing all these extra crazy things, you're gonna get got. Because the same person you sell out to is gonna be the same person who's taking your head off. All right. So it says, verse 9, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So what did we hear of? You had the whole North Korea thing, then you had the whole Syria, the Tomahawk missiles, and then it shifted to Iran, which is still on Iran right now. Russia's involved, China's involved, and then what they had a so-called temporary-ish trade deal that Trump and China came to. That's not gonna last for nothing. All right. Verse 10. Then he said unto me, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And we see that going on. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Yesterday was the last full moon of the decade, and that moon was real bright. All right. You're seeing chariots in the air showing themselves very, very, very often now. And here it is. You got people that are coming against us, but do you understand that had it not been for us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, starting from our elders and apostles on down, you wouldn't understand any of these things. You wouldn't know what them chariots are. Okay, you wouldn't understand the biblical prophecies that are taking place upon the face of the planet Earth. All right. So we, through the spirit and power of the Lord, have opened up the understanding of these scriptures to the whole world. And in return, they seek to kill us. They seek to take us out. All right. But that's going to come back to bite you. Okay. It says, but before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake, and it shall turn to you for a testimony. So it says before all these. All right. Now, when they're persecuting us as they are now, all right, and they start delivering us to synagogues, that means what? They're going to actually have to grab hold of you, arrest you, take you to court, take you to prison, take you on trial. And if we're arrested and we're on trial, obviously we're not going to be able to be teaching. Okay. So guess what? After they do that, and all the quote unquote all is said and done, and they start now really, because we are that opposition in their way. You see, in Esau's way of getting his agenda, in Esau's way of getting his new world order fully, we are in opposition. We're standing in the way, and we're warning people, no, don't go that way, don't go that way, and we're giving them proof as to why they shouldn't go that way. Esau's getting upset at that, because he sees everything we do. He's watching it. He's seeing the numbers grow, So he's getting to the point where he's saying, look, man, we're running out of time. All right. And we need to stop these people. So once we can get them out the way, throw them in prisons, exclude them, just have them done away with, we can continue to proceed. We can continue to move forward. Okay. So it says, verse 14, settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before when ye shall answer. Okay, so don't worry about it when they take you, into these courts or put you on TV and all those different things. They might handcuff you and then have you on the news. Play clips of when you were. I had a dream of that last night. That they were they showed the camp where we teach at. Brothers were teaching and everything. And then they were basically like they'll crop certain scenes to make certain things look a certain way. All right. And then they'll be playing that as they as they got you handcuffed, and they taking pictures of you and all these different things to put your face out there. Mug shots. Okay, trying to pull up history and records on brothers. It says, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Yeah, because usually when they take you to them courts, what happens? They ask you all these different questions, So you say you're not a hate group, but yet all this evidence says otherwise. Could you please explain to me why? And that's how Esau, and he likes to play on words. So we're not worried about, but we're innocent. And no, look, the Lord said whatever the Lord wants us to say at that time, we'll say it. And whatever he wants us to do at that time, we'll do it. Okay? But here's the part right here, verse 16. And ye shall be betrayed both by parents. All right? Meaning the same loins that bear you. All right? The same woman you came from. All right? The same father that you live with and all of that will betray you. All right? And brethren. Because Oftentimes, hey, you might have a brother that's in the truth biologically, but then you might have siblings that are not in the truth. All right, siblings that are against it, and best believe they will betray you. You know why? Because their motive not to betray you is not going to be stronger than their fear. All right, of betraying you, basically. You know, so there's nothing that's going to keep them from betraying you. When they're being threatened or when they're being offered a large sum of money, that's going to entice them way more than, damn, I shouldn't betray him because he's a man of the Lord. As opposed to over here, look, man, if we didn't sell out in this truth, all right, why the hell would we sell out to betray our brethren? All right, we know the story of Judas, all right. So why the hell would we sell out? Why would we sell out a fellow man who's doing the same thing that we've been doing? It doesn't make sense, you know. But they don't think like that. All right, they don't have that spiritual thought in mind. They don't understand that the way we understand scriptures, they don't understand it that way. Okay, we know that this is supposed to happen. To them, it's gonna feel like a brand new thing. Like, oh shoot, what do I do, yo? They're saying that they might arrest me, you know, if I don't tell them such and such or where he is or what's going on here. So yes, you'll have brethren and kinsfolk and friends. Okay, friends. So look, man, it's gonna come to the point where people will be embarrassed to associate themselves with you. They'll be embarrassed, and I mean, look, they separate themselves from you now, okay, because of your outlook, because of how people will look at you, or how people will look at them for knowing you. So how much more for when you are quote unquote a danger, when you're being framed, all right, as a criminal. Nobody's gonna want to be associated with a criminal. All right, that makes them look bad. That puts them at risk. So your so-called friends that you had, guess what? They're gonna be no more, for the most part. All right, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death. Okay, so some of you they're gonna sell you out and cause to be put to death. You might have some of your family members testify against you. Okay, here it is. They got you in a court, and they bring up the prosecutor or whatever, and they say, oh, I got a witness and all this, and you see your mother, you know, or you see a woman, or you see your friends. Yeah, I went to high school with him. Yeah, nah, you know, I thought I knew him, but like, yo, he went on vacation, he came back the next year, and he was just different, yo. You know, he was talking all this Israelite stuff, yo, and I could see all the hate that was in his eyes, you know. And then, you know, I was scared, you know, but I didn't think he'd take it this far, you know. But yeah, you know, like that, he's definitely one of them. Boom. You know, and here it is. Some of them they'll frame you, you know. And guess what? Here it is. Then them judges, they've been waiting. Any slight information they can get, boom, give them the death penalty ×2. Cut his head off. Cut it. You know. Verse 17, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. This isn't for us, because the world doesn't know us for us. All right. If you don't tell somebody what you're associated with, they don't know who you. They think you're just like everybody else. Okay. They only hate you when you speak like an Israelite. If you're, let's say, in a work environment, right, or you go to an interview, or you're at school, you know, and they just know you. Oh, you're just, you know, that's just Jake, or that's just, you know, Thomas. You know, yeah, he's cool. Yeah, you know, he's a cool guy. You know, he plays his football, does his work. You know, he's a cool guy. But once they find out Thomas is an Israelite and Thomas is teaching about Yahweh Shem Yahushai, then, whoa, I don't think I'm comfortable around Thomas. You know, because of what he does. All right, and what is it that he does? He speaks about Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So the reason they're going to persecute us and we're going to be hated isn't because of us, because we weren't hated prior to doing this. All right. And I mean that in the sense of the level of hate they're going to have for us for being Israelites, for teaching this word. They didn't hate us as much for not doing it because we were just like them. But once the Lord took us and separated us, they see the separation and they hate us. Why? Because they hated him. You know, so to them, you're an enemy because you're friends of their enemy. All right. But the Lord said what? But there shall not an hair of your head perish. Okay, in your patience possess ye your souls. Don't lose your mind. It tells you in Ecclesiasticus. Let me bring it up. Okay. Shalaki, give me 1 second. Charge this thing real quick. All right, so yeah. Let me see. Ecclesiasticus, I believe, is the second chapter. Yeah. Okay. The Lord said, "Make not haste in time of trouble." Okay. Don't get all shook up, and you're losing your mind, and you're crying, and you're all scared, and everybody's coming against you. Damn, yo, I didn't think she was gonna do that, man. She told me she loved me. I told her I loved it. Yo, bro, ain't nobody loves you more than Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, that's our pillar. That Yahweh and Yahushai are the only way that we're gonna get through this. Okay, so they should be your main focus. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Make not haste in time of trouble. So when you come to serve the Lord, you've basically signed a contract that, yes, I know that this is what's gonna happen. I know it's prophesied to happen to me, so I am down with it. So if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. We've been tempted many times, but greater temptation is yet to come. Okay. Now, the thing about the temptation that's coming is it's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. But when we pray, we're not to pray that it's easy. We're to pray that the Lord gives us the strength, all right, that we're so strong in the faith and in the spirit that it feels like it's easy, all right? You're so strong that you're not shaken up by it. You're not praying for it to be easy. You're praying for yourself to get stronger, all right, to be able to go through it, okay? And somebody who has nothing to lose is somebody that's able to go all out, okay? Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Put your mind in the right place, all right? And make not haste in time of trouble. See, that's when people make panic decisions, that's how they get killed. Oh, fuck, oh my gosh, damn, they hear us. Damn, I knew it. You can't think right. Why? Because your flesh is just running boom, 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 running laps around your brain, and it's not allowing your spirit to actually make spiritual decisions, because there's gonna be times when you're gonna have to make in the heat of the moment decisions. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So it's gonna feel like, well, I'm cleaving to the Lord, but that's what's causing all this hell, So you're thinking maybe if I depart a little bit, the hell will be lessened. No, the more hell comes, the more you have to cleave to him. It says, and depart not away. But you're gonna have people that will depart away, people who will denounce Yahushai, who because they're not gonna see it like, oh, I'm betraying Yahushai. They're gonna see it like, I'm trying to save my life. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Shit just got real. All right. See, Judas was thinking about that money, till that real realization hit him, and he's like, yo, damn, yo. All right. It says that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. So keep in mind that the increase is coming. The increase is coming, but yo, you got to swallow the pill. You got to go through the hard part. Nothing comes for free. I mean, you're talking about you want immortal life. You want to be a god. You want new bodies. You want things that this world has never seen before. Okay, but you're gonna have to sacrifice something for it. All right, and if you've already done all this work, you've put in the work, you've gone out there, you've taught, you've changed your ways, you've forsaken things in this world, and the last thing that's needed for you to make it all the way, you give up. Then there's no point. It's a lose-lose. You lost both ways. All right. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So the Lord considers you acceptable, all right, to try you, man. He says, all right, let me try this and see. Are you gonna break? Okay. So you have to prove to the Lord. This is that game, all right, that you got to prove to the Lord, man. Are you gonna make the cut? Okay. This is just, see, we've been running so much, all right. In this truth, we're running that race, but now we're about to start running on different terrain. Now we're about to start climbing mountains. Doesn't mean the race is stopped. No, now we're just on that last level. You know, this is the level that it either make you or break you. Okay, so stop thinking of it like, oh my gosh, here it is, I'm gonna look like this. No, now it's like the Lord is really testing you. Okay, what you got? You know, you made it this far, but can you make it to the end? If you remember what I said endure unto the end. Okay, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Not he that endures almost to the end, but gets scared and runs back. No, he that endures unto the end. So who's gonna go? Who's gonna slow down? Who's gonna stop? Or who's gonna keep going full speed ahead? All right. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Yeah, because why would the Lord leave us out there and forsake us when we're calling upon his name? How does that make him look? You know, he called us to come serve him. We're serving him. We're catching hell for serving him, but he's just going to leave us? You know, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest ye fall. Okay, so you got to keep in mind that the Lord is your number one trust. The Lord will never betray you. Okay, so if you put your trust in the Lord, then you don't have to worry about everybody else. Have it in your mind that yes, there is a chance that they will betray me, more likely than not, because of how bad it's going to be. Okay, the Lord's love doesn't discriminate. All right, it's not conditional. All right, so it's not, well, I love him so long as da 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 da, because that's how humans think, you know, especially women, but really just humans in general. Oh, but in their back of the mind, it's conditional, you know, because if they really loved you, then it doesn't matter what kind of stigma that they label you as, that love will remain the same. But see, when you're dealing with the Most High, that love is only going to get stronger. The Lord is only going to get happier because he's seeing that, yo, even in this time, he still remains his trust in me, even when his life is on the line. All right. That means that from the jump, you sincerely believed what you were doing. Okay. And just like Yahushua, he knew what was coming and he still had to go through it. And he did go through it. So if you want to be able to call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, you better man up and go through it. All right. And it's gonna take prayer and fasting, man. Because that's the only way you're gonna get through it. It's not of your own power, it's not of your own will. The only way for you to be able to get betrayed straight, cold, hard, and just be good and keep it pushing is if the Lord makes you that numb. If he puts that in your spirit, he shuts down all those different emotions and just turns up the spirituality. So you walk in the spirit. All right, you live in the spirit. That's how you're gonna make it. All right. Let me see a couple of these comments. Hey, Shalom. Yep. GMS Tarab Zaab 444. Lawyer, people gonna snitch on the men of the Lord hard. Hell yeah. I mean, they already hate us now. So when they get that chance, hell, yo, don't be surprised if you see people calling the cops when they see you out there teaching, man. You know, they'll call the police. Yo, that's some black people, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna have people that are gonna come. Oh, so y'all the niggas that shooting niggas, right? Yeah. Y'all a bunch of this, y'all a bunch. Don't be, but remain spiritual, because you're definitely gonna have agents coming to tempt you. They want you to get carnal. They want you to do something. People might draw guns on you. All right, but keep in mind that everything they do is all orchestrated and controlled by the Lord. They're only gonna go as far as the Lord is gonna let them. All right. Hawashai Bachayar Shal Yasharala Romans 11:28, as concerning the gospel, they are enemies for your sakes, but as touching the election, they are beloved for the Father's sakes. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. 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 It says, Salakia, let me see. Yep, GMS Tarab Zab, lawyer, a brother from Guyana, told me that they busy out there with a new law saying when they see brothers preaching the Bible in the streets, they're gonna get locked up for 2 years. Wow. Hey man, that's it. So that right there is showing you that look, that time is just the same way during the Greek, all right, when Antiochus was ruling, he forbade us from being Israelites. They're forbidding us from being Israelites now, man. They did that to the apostles in the past. They said, what? Did we not forbid you? Did we not strongly tell you to stop teaching in this name? You know? So it's just gonna be the same thing. Now it's gonna be, okay, are you willing, all right, to still go out there and knowing that, you can go to jail or suffer persecution or be killed for going out there and teaching in the name of the Lord? Well, do you have the trust that the Lord will protect you? See, people are gonna start, oh, nah, I'm just using wisdom. Really? Is it wisdom? Or is it just you fearing? Because the Lord said, listen, regardless of if you're out there teaching or if you're in your house or you're hiding in an underground bunker, what the Lord said is gonna happen is gonna happen. So you might as well let it happen while you're doing the right thing. All right. Awashai Bakiyar Shal Yasharala, 1 John 5:19, and we know that we are of God, and the whole world lieth in wickedness. Yep. That's right. So we're not wrong. All right. We're just right in the wrong world. So that's just how it's gonna be. Okay. But hey, man, fear not, man. Fear not, because the Lord got our backs. The ultimate judge is the one who has our backs, man. All right. He works on the minds of men. So we're good, man. Isaiah 59:19. The Lord is going to lift up that standard, man, and we will be protected. We will be good. Okay, so this is nothing to worry about, man, but I'm just going to end it here. Okay, Lord's will, this was edifying unto the elect. Hey, just stay in the spirit. All right, keep watching, keep praying, keep fasting, man, and don't lose your mind. All right, this has been set to happen, and it's just the same way we're seeing the chip. We're seeing this World War III brewing. The demonization is the same thing, man. All right, so endure, and hey, Lord's will, I see the sincere brothers on the other side. We all be of that elect, man, because we're going to go through this fire, but not everybody's going to come out. Okay. But those who do come out, man, hey, Lord's will, man, we endure unto the end. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Achakudash. Until next time, Shalom.